Good morning. Hi, Phil McPhail here with United Country Lifestyle Properties in Maine. Have you been searching for a lake access property that doesn't have so many restrictions that you can't do anything you want to do with it, such as, let's say you just want to park your RV here for the summer and haul away. Maybe you just want to put a tent up, have an outhouse, simple camping lot that won't break the bank. Well, if you are, then stick around with me today. We're going to look at some property here in the town of Danforth on beautiful Lower Hot Brook Lake behind me. We've got deeded access for pedestrian use from the land rights of way down to the shore. So come along with me. We're going to go look at a couple of really nice lots today. All right, we're here at the shore of the lake. I'm going to walk you up to the along the 25-foot pedestrian easement till we get up to where our vehicle is parked. Then we'll show you the lots. Before we head up there, I know a lot of you are probably wondering what's Phil got hanging off his hip. Well, follow me up here. I'm going to show you this. This little saw is very handy, and we've got a clean trail here right now, so it's maybe a little difficult to show you, but let's just start right here at this little fir. This is a silky Zubat. It's Japanese made, and I'll tell you what, the Japanese know how to make steel. These just take one swipe. Any limb will usually, unless it's rotten like that one, but just like that. And if you're doing some pruning along the shore, it's amazing. Low impact, no gasoline required. Kind of nice to have with you when I'm laying out trails and stuff on properties. I usually have this with me along with the roll of lit ribbon, and you're going to notice as we're walking up here that this trail is all ribboned out. It's all cleaned out of bushes. It's not paved or graveled. It's just a trail through the woods, but it's a pretty nice trail. And I have it flagged on both sides of the trail all the way up to the road, so even a blind real estate agent can find their way, or one that's compass challenged can find their way to the shore here. Talk about the location. We're located in the town of Danforth, small community here in northern Washington County. We're about 40 miles from the nearest hospital, which would be in the town of Houlton. Houlton is the southern Aroostook County, southern county seat. Plenty of shopping up there if you're looking to do some shopping. The city of Calais, which is the only city in Washington County, is about 60 miles south of us here. There's also a hospital there and plenty of shopping. Fredericton, New Brunswick, Canada. Capital of New Brunswick, 90 miles drive from this location. Real easy day trip if you want to go over and experience some of the Canadian side of the border. Check things out over there. It's a beautiful area as well. Boston is about 5 hours and 20-30 minutes from here if you're coming from further south, getting through the cities. But we're up here in a very rural area, and it's beautiful. And here we come up to the road. So this trail is about 365 feet long, roughly, estimated off our GPS. And we're going to come right out to the end of Woodland Ridge Road. And I flagged this on both sides of the trail, so when you come up here, you can kind of see we got flagging here, flagging there, flagging down through there. You can't miss it. So if you decide to bring a buyer's agent with you and I'm not here to help you, drive to the end of the road, park here. You can see this is how it kind of looks here. It's grassed in, the gravel's obviously not much traffic on the end of the road here, but this is where you can park right here, walk down to the lake. So from here, we're going to just walk down the road to the next lot to show you what we got for sale. All right, so we're leaving the truck here now. And from the trail down to the lake, we got about a 200-foot hike down this road till we get to the first boundary. And we'll have this flagged up with orange. I can see it here right in front of me. So we're going to go down here and check out that property pin. All right, we're at the end of the lot if you're driving in the beginning, because we're heading back out. You got to notice we got overhead power here. So you got electric utilities, roadside. And for all of those of you who say you don't want to hook to grid power, well, if you've got enough money to run solar and you've got grid power right next door, personally, I don't think it makes good economic sense. But if you see my point of things, if you can hook up to the power for $1,000 or spend 30 or 40,000 for a solar power system, take your pick. It's not free, folks, just because you don't have a monthly bill. And then we come in here off the road, and won't make you guys walk in here. Well, I guess you're coming anyway. We got a surveyor's corner stake right here, and the surveyor has set this pin and flagged the line through the woods. We're going to go down the road a little further. We got a driveway entrance on the other end we want to show you, and then we'll take a walk on the interior of the property. Okay, we're down the road here a couple hundred feet, and we've got the northwest corner pin right there behind this last telephone pole, and the stake is next to that wooden grade stake in between those two support cables for that power line. I'm going to walk right up here, folks, and show you the driveway. It's just barely started in here. You got a place you can come and park a vehicle right now. If that's all you ever wanted, fine. The owner will bring in the driveway here a little bit further for you as part of the deal. You just see where you want it. We'll obviously have a limit to how far we'll run it, but let's walk into the woods here and check this out, because it's kind of an attractive lot. Nothing's been done in here, just natural woods. But there's a building site over here that I really like. All right, we're in off that boundary line about 100 feet, and we're probably close to 100 feet off the road. This is a 1.19 plus or minus acre lot. Why do we say plus or minus? Because the surveyors do. They do the same thing. You can never have it right down to the square millimeter. What we've seen in here, we've got some maple, some poplar trees, some fir, but nothing that would be too difficult to clear. As you come around in here, the lot keeps coming up in elevation a little bit. These are relatively level, flat lots. If you wanted to continue a driveway further back, you get a little more privacy, but you know, we're on the end of a private road with very few people that live down here. Most of them are seasonal places. Not a lot of traffic, so you're not gonna have to worry about it. If you come in, swing your driveway in a little bit, you've got all the privacy you'll need. This has not been, these were all, both these lots were originally soil tested so that they pass soils. No septic design plan has been done. That'll be up to you. Whether you want to do composting toilet, or if you want to do a full system, you can do what you like. We can set you up with a soil designer that'll help you get that done. All right, folks, we're leaving this first lot that I showed you, and we're driving down to the next one, which is about a quarter mile down the road. So we're going to drive down there. And while we're driving, I'll tell you a little bit about this location and what other things are available in this area. Danforth's a nice little town. It's got a grocery store, bank, and gas and convenience stores. You know, you got some necessities there if you need them. Like I said earlier, either Houlton or 40 miles, and Lincoln's probably 48 miles. Those would be your two closest towns with major service providers. The boat landing and launch site and Baskegan Stream is about 4.7 miles from these properties. And that's a really nice location where you've got some paddling in both flat water. There's some white water in there on the Baskegan Stream. Lots of moose sightings there. Some pretty good trout fishing at certain times of year in the stream. Beyond that, we've got 10 miles from here, the boat landing at Greenland Cove, and that's on East Grand Lake, one of Maine's largest lakes. Beautiful lake. Canadian border would be in the center of that lake, so some special regulations do apply there. If you're going to go boating, look it up before you go, but it's one of Maine's greatest lake trout lakes, landlocked salmon, brook trout, and smallmouth bass. Beyond that, we've got ATV and snow sled trails accessible right from the property. So if you like to ride, you could scoot down the road, jump onto the lake. Both these lots have deeded access as part of the deed to a boat landing on Lower Hot Brook Lake. So the pedestrian easement is not really going to help you get a boat launch. But if you want to launch a boat, there is a boat landing road. We're going to show you that before we end up today. And we're just pulling on the next lot where the new driveway has been installed. All right, jumped out of the truck here on this other lot. This lot is just over 2 acres. We got 200 feet of frontage on the road. And again, we have electric utilities right overhead. And this driveway has just been installed. And this is about, probably 60, 70 feet into the lot. And you can get in off the road, park here now, and start working on this property and clear it any way you like. If you want to cut all the trees down, you can, or you can just leave the ones here and make a hole in the middle of it. We'll walk in the woods here just a little ways and show you. This is a pretty dense lot, a lot of young hardwood in here. And then again, we've got poplars, red maples, and fir, pretty much like the last lot. So I know it's pretty hard for you to see it. We're now probably 100 feet now from the road. We've left the driveway, we're in the woods 30, 40 feet. And this is a diamond in the rough, folks. You have to come in here, make it your own, bring some more fill in, level it up, put your camper, your tent, your new cabin, well, your house if you want to live in here. So what else can we show you? Well, we're going to go back out and wrap this up for you, tell you what the prices are on these properties and how to contact us. I want to tell you a little bit about Lower Hot Brook Lake. Lower Hot Brook Lake is a warm water fishery. It's over 700 acres in size and about 13 feet deep in its maximum depth. It's not a big boating lake. It's a great place to paddle a canoe, a kayak, or maybe a paddleboard. Do some bass fishing. There's been known to be really large bass in this lake from time to time, and white perch. So great place to take new anglers to come fishing, because you're most likely going to catch something here at Lower Hot Brook Lake. We're over here at the end of Boat Landing Road, and when you get down here, you're going to see a home right next to the landing. But the landing road goes right down to the water here. We'll walk down here and we'll show you what it looks like. As you can see down here, the landing is not a improved landing. It's what I would call a hand carry. You could back a small boat trailer out here and get your boat on the lake. But again, this lake, being as shallow as it is, it's not a big boat lake. So you could easily get down here, hand launch a small canoe with a motor, a small boat with a motor, no problem. Wanted to show you that before we head on out of here. Thanks for coming on this tour with me today in the town of Danforth on these 2 lots we're offering for sale here with access to Lower Hot Brook Lake. The prices on these properties is $30,000 each. Does include the driveways that we talked about. We've got 25-foot deeded pedestrian easement to the water for access to the lake, keep a boat, do a little swimming. If you got any questions, you can give me a call at 800-286-6164. Be happy to send you more information on this property or schedule a showing for you today.